At the beginning of the 16th century, a military border was formed along the southern border of the Habsburg Empire, which was intended to protect the empire from the frequent invasions of the Ottoman Turks. The feudal lords left the border regions of Slavonia and Croatia. These areas were abandoned and settled by Serbs, who were fleeing Ottoman rule. Border guards were organized into special military units, Lika, Kordun, Banija, Slavonia, and so on. The territory of the military frontier was divided into military districts generalates. Karlovac Generalate operated in Croatia with headquarters in Karlovac, and Varaždin Generalate established in Slavonia with headquarters in Varaždin. The military province was administered by the Court of War, which was based in Graz. In the area of the military frontier, Lika, Banija, Kordun, Slavonska Posavina, and Srem, the inhabited Serbian population was granted special status and privileges. A document called the Vlah Statute was proclaimed in 1630, with which Emperor Ferdinand II Habsburg granted privileges to the Serbs in the Varaždin general. For permanent military service at the border, Serbs had a status of free peasants, and in military service they reached lower officer and officer ranks. Besides wars with the Ottoman Empire, Serb border guards, paid or not, had to participate in a war because they had a war obligation, because they enjoyed imperial privileges. That is why, for the needs of the Habsburg Empire, since 1690, they have been fighting all over Europe.
Many Serbs emigrated to the north towards the southern regions of Hungary during the period when the territory of Serbia was largely under Ottoman rule. In order to attract Serbs into Hungary, Emperor Leopold I decreed that they would be allowed to elect their own ruler or voivoda, from which the name Vojvodina derives. In 1690, about 30,000 to 70,000 Serbs settled eastern Slavonia, Bačka, and Banat in what became known as the Great Serbian Migrations. Later, the Habsburgs did not allow Serbs to elect their own voivoda. They incorporated the region into the military frontiers of eastern Slavonia and the Banat. However, the strong Serb presence in the region resulted in Vojvodina serving as the cradle of the Serbian Renaissance during the 19th century. After the Battle of Jana, there was a new settlement of the Serbs in the military frontier area, especially in the area of Lika and Kordun. The number of border guards, who accounted for 40% of the standing army of the Habsburg monarchy in the mid-18th century, increased in this way. In the 18th and 19th centuries, the frontier was divided into several districts. The Danube military frontier, which included parts of southern Bačka, Bačka Palanka, Bački Petrovac, Petrovaradinski Šanac, and Titel, as well as Petrovaradin and Šid. Then Tisa military frontier, which included parts of northeastern Bačka, Sombor, Subotica, Kanjiža, Senta, and Bečej. Muros military frontier, which included the region of Pomorišje, Sava, which was along the Sava River, Banat, located on today's Serbian-Romanian border, Slavonian military frontier, where we are today, Croatian, Transylvanian military frontier, and Šajkaš battalion, which was formed from the cancelled parts of the Danube and Tisa frontiers and was later transformed into Titel infantry battalion. The Serbian Free Corps of 5,000 soldiers had been established in Banat, composed of refugees who had fled earlier conflicts in the Ottoman Empire. The corps would fight for the liberation of Serbia and for unification under Habsburg rule. Several Freikorps operated along the Habsburg-Ottoman frontier. The Austrians used the corps in two failed attempts to seize Belgrade in late 1787 and early 1788. Serbia was subsequently liberated and organized into a Habsburg protectorate. On 8 October 1789, Ernst took over Belgrade. Austrian forces occupied Serbia, and many Serbs fought in the Habsburg Free Corps, gaining organizational and military skills. By 1791, however, the Austrians were forced into withdrawal across the Danube and Sava rivers, joined by thousands of Serb families who feared Ottoman persecution.